Hello and welcome. Today we'll be going over the social psychological approaches to treatment. Now, there are three main points we'll be going over, and that'll be breaking vicious cycles, inducing change through behavior, and how to maintain change. And then we'll do some review at the end. For breaking vicious cycles, it's important to note that a vicious cycle is a self reinforcing cycle that causes depression, loneliness, and shyness. Now, there's three main ways to counteract these. First one being training social skills, building constructive habits, and then explanatory style therapy. For training social skills, you're just going to practice new behaviors and safe environments to build confidence. For building constructive habits, you're just going to partake in more constructive behaviors. And then for explanatory style therapy, you're reversing negative beliefs by changing how you attribute or explain, hence explanatory, success and failure. And we will go over this a lot more throughout the presentation. What doesn't work? Well, simply believing that a vicious cycle will end is not going to work. Unfortunately, passive optimism cannot break the cycle, and active intervention is required. Now, for inducing change through behavior, one important thing to note is that attitude follows behavior. Our actions affect our attitudes, and the roles we play, the things that we say and do, and the decisions that we make influence who we are as a person. Now, the three main things we'll be going over are role playing, mental health homework, and power of choice. Role playing is sort of your fake it to make it. You're acting to create real world confidence. Then, for the mental health homework, many rational emotive therapists will assign homework where clients force new behaviors to generate new emotions. An example that I have here is hey, stop telling yourself you're an unattractive person and go ask someone out. Build that confidence, right? Then the power of choice, this is going to be the most important one, and we're going to go over it in the next couple of slides. And it's when we feel as though we chose something, we more strongly internalize our behavior. And remember, the first step to change is action. Now, for maintaining change with internal attribution, we have improvements endure best when people attribute changes to factors under their own control. And this is that idea of power of choice. When you believe that you controlled the change in your life, you are more likely to stick with that change. What doesn't work is this coercion type techniques. They have typically rapid, strong results, but what's inside does not change. Your attribution does not change, and thus results tend to die out, and changes will even tend to revert at times. I've got a couple examples here. So, a positive attribution is helped me get healthy, and this will lead to maintenance. A negative attribution is the program made me lose weight. Now, this leads to relapse because you are not attributing your change to your own efforts. Now, to review, the power of choice is the cornerstone of internalizing behavior. Behavior drives attitude. Breaking vicious cycles depends on your behavior and how you attribute your wins and losses. And then, in order to maintain a change, you must first attribute that change to your own efforts. Thank you for listening. Have a good day.